They are always there for us.
It's a lovely church, friendly.
Because of the people, and this is where God placed me.
Whenever you need support, they're there to support you.
And the Bible said, in the presence of God, there's healing.
I love it here, and the Spirit of God moves in here.
Coming to AFN Worship Center has a lot of love and a lot of kindness and warmth.
I've got nothing to do with this. It's not my mistake. And yet I face the consequences. And isn't it amazing when you are where you are, that all people always ask, I wonder what they have done wrong. Why God punished them the way that He is. Have you ever heard it? They must have done something big because God is angry at them. And that is why they are where they are. It is amazing when we are in a pit situation that we like to ask and like to argue and like to figure out, Lord, what am I doing in this pit? Why me, Lord? What have I done wrong? We like to ask, Lord, I did nothing wrong, so why? And we try to argue this thing to see and look for some logic. Why are you doing this to me, Lord? Why do you treat me like this? And why lie on me? And all because we look for logic in our lives. And be honest, life can hit hard, can hit hard. In a blink of an eye, life can hit you from top of your industry to the lowest low that you can ever be. And sometimes life is not fair. They lied on Joseph. Child of God, why do you think the world will not lie on you? We look for logic, but we don't find logic. Because life is not always fair. You know your attentions were good when you do or did the one thing or the other, but the outcome was so different. If you just think about Joseph in the pit, and the first thing that comes to mind is what have I done to deserve this? And to try to make logic out of this, arguing, Lord, if I can just know what the reason is why I landed where I landed, then at least I can take comfort. Then at least I can just relax by knowing I deserve what I have sown. I'm just reaping. But to be at the place where Joseph was, he did nothing wrong. He ended up in a place where he did nothing wrong to deserve. I haven't sown seed like this. Some of the stuff that I am reaping in my life, Lord, you know, it is not fair towards me. I haven't sown, but I'm reaping. And I thought myself into the shoes, or tried to thought myself into the shoes of Joseph. And I think he could have said something. And, well, I know that I've hurt people. I know I didn't treat all people fair. I know I didn't love all the people that came across my life. I know I didn't spare or spend the same amount of time with all the people. But one thing that I know, I've never threw anyone in a pit. I've never treated someone to take them and throw them in a pit because they have got a powerful purpose in life. So, Lord, why am I where I am? Have you ever felt like this? Maybe not a smile. Maybe not a hug. Maybe a short answer. But throwing in the pit. No, Lord, definitely not me, Joseph. So why am I? Because whatever you sow, you will reap. If you throw someone in a pit, it is so. Logic, it is so. No argue about, then you will land up in a pit because I've sown it and now I've landed up. How? And Lord, the pit is one thing, but being alone, away from my friends and family, just me. I've never threw someone in a pit. I'm bruised. I'm scared inside a place that I do not even belong. Lord, I'm hungry. Lord, I'm thirsty. Lord, I'm so alone. I cannot get out of this. And I never did anything like this to anyone. And just crying. And crying because He's crying because of his heart soreness. And I believe that he's crying because of all the pain going down in the pit and all the bruises and all the blood and all the pain and dislocations of. He's crying, but also crying to get out. I don't want to be here. After all, remember, I had a powerful dream. I had a powerful dream with a purpose, and look where I am. I do not deserve. I do not deserve. And Lord, you know more than anyone else, I do not deserve. And every time that when it looks as if there might be a little bit of light in his tunnel, it looks as if he might just experience a breakthrough or a upwards curve. Something else goes wrong, and then he's back to square one. Just out of the pit, into the palace, out of the palace, into the prison. Lord, I am in the prison for something I didn't do. And don't forget, beloved, he had a powerful purpose. And I can imagine it is in moments like this that you feel like giving up hope. For what must I hope? Must I hope for food? What's the chance? I'm in the pit. Must I hope for some Pepsi Max because I'm thirsty and I know God would have spoiled me and He would have sent me Pepsi Max and not water. Thank you, Jesus. But what is the chance I'm in the pit? Must I hope for some good Samaritans? Must I hope for an increase? My boss giving me an increase? What is the chance? So why must I hope? How many times do we feel like this? All hope is gone. I am where I am, and then we come with the mind like we've heard last week, and then we argue, maybe this is God's plan for my life. So I will just accept and live life. Maybe not. Because I'm taking you somewhere with Joseph. Maybe not. Because Proverbs chapter 13 says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. You get sick of hoping. You get sick of trying. Sick of trying to motivate yourself and try and tell yourself, tomorrow will look better. Tomorrow the sun will shine again. You get sick of trying to make yourself hoping for getting some movement in your life. You become sick of trying to pull all loose strings together and get some direction. Trying to get everything together. Because there you are in a pit. No, nothing. Hope. And then you get sick of hoping because nothing is happening. Have you ever been at a place like this? The one setback after the other, and Lord, why hope? And now Proverbs says, hope defers makes the heart sick. So do not stop hoping. Because there's a turnaround in the life of Joseph, and there's a turnaround and his circumstances, and sometimes your life makes no sense. How can someone like me have all the problems that I have? I mean, just look at me. I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm not too bad. So how can they overlook me? How do you want to tell me in the whole of Bloemfontein there is no place that I can find a permanent job? I might not be the most clever. Sorry, but I'm not stupid either. So, is there no one? Is there no one that can put a roof over my head? Is there no one that can just knock at my door and when I walk out, I will find groceries without anyone standing next to the groceries? Isn't there anyone? I mean, just look at me. Isn't there a loved one outside? And maybe this is why we Photoshop our photos on the dating sites. Because we feel, Lord, I'm not too bad, but I'm not acceptable, So let me rather change myself. Meaning that I've lost hope. This is what God has planned for me, so I will accept it and I will live. No, please don't, because there is much more. Sometimes just feel like closing the door behind you and all hope down the drain. Just me, myself, and my bedroom. Hope differs makes the heart sick. So please don't lose hope. Joseph, even if you are in a pit, Marius, even if you have nothing, don't let hope go out of your heart. Even if you feel like the only one, even if you are hungry or thirsty or lonesome and cry day in and day out, don't lose hope. Because if you lose hope, it will make the heart sick. Joseph was so gifted, and yet he was in prison. Yes, I want to be close. Sometimes the best and the baddest times in your life can be at the same time. Sometimes the best and the worst times of your life can be at the same time. It's bad to be in the pit. It's the best time of your life. Because God is sending you. He's sending someone. God is hearing your voice. Sitting in prison. Remember, Joseph was the oak that had no brothers. He had them, but they abandoned him. He had no coat of many colors. He had nothing, threw into the pit, and the next moment in prison. Sometimes the baddest or the worst times in your life can be also the best times of your life. Because in the most or in the baddest time of his life, in prison, God used him. It's my biggest prayer. I share something with you that I've never shared with you. That is my biggest desire as child of God, is to be used by God. When the sun comes up, the sun is shining and it's light. I think the darkest day in this world will be the day that God says, if you don't want to, I will call the stones. A stone that is dead while I'm on earth. Sometimes your baddest moment, your worst moment, and your best moment can be at the same time. I don't find a job. What a bad moment. It can also be the best moment of your life. I don't find joy. It is a bad moment. I don't find financial breakthrough. It's a bad moment. Your baddest moment can also be the best moment at the same time. Because that is when God used him. In prison. I used to be a policeman. And every hour you had to do cell visitation. I refused because just that noise to open the prison doors, big keys, huge lock, and just that sound goes through every ear and every bone and every eye and just go through your whole human being. And I refused just to open and to lock. How much more to be inside? What a bad day of my life. What a bad situation. What a bad time of our lives we experience but your most difficult moment can also be your most precious moment at the same time. Because in prison, God used him. In your most difficult moment, God can just come and say, I want to use you. Then we are so focused on the bad that we do not even hear the voice. So the best and the worst time in your life can be at the same time. Amazing how people see you and always smiling. Always see you when things look and things looks okay. But not knowing that you also deal with some stuff. Stuff worse than theirs. Same with him. Sat in prison. Someone in prison had a dream and went to him and, can you help me? Hey, hello, I'm also where you are. I also sit in prison where you sit. And this brought me to the thought of amazing how often we have answers for other people, but you don't have answers for yourself. You can help other people amazingly. You cannot help yourself. You know exactly what other people must do to get out of the situation. You know exactly what people have to think about to get a better future. You know exactly where other people must go to get out or to get a breakthrough. You know exactly what other people must do to go forward in life. You know exactly, but you don't know what you need to do yourself to get out of the pit. Amen. And then we cry. And don't take me out of the sermon, please. Then you cry. Because I can help others. I cannot help myself. Have you ever been in a situation like this? I just don't know how to get out. Don't know. How come you not know? You are so full of wisdom. I don't know. You have always an answer for everything. How can you not have an answer? I don't know. Amazingly, but it works like this. And here we find Joseph in a situation and everyone is getting out except him. There are times in our lives that it looks like everybody else is getting out but me. Everyone else is getting promotion but me. Everybody's business is blooming but not mine. Everybody's recognized but not me. Everyone loved by someone but not me. Everyone is asked to do something in church but not me. And then you sit where you sit and feels like everyone is getting out, coming out, but not me. And then the next question is, God, why don't you stop this and just fix a couple of things in my life? Why, God? Why don't you see my suffering? Why? Because there is strength in suffering. Because there is power in being overlooked. Be still and know that I am your God. I have nothing. Be still and know I'm your God. I'm in the pit. Be still and know I have answers for everyone, but not for myself. Be still and know you have a God. But I want to challenge you because for a moment I've also placed myself in the shoes of his brothers and be honest, I can think why they were mad. He had the coat of many colors. He wasn't the oldest brother. He was the chosen one. It wasn't fair. Why give